Hello, I'm John LaRosa, President of Marketdata Enterprises, a Tampa market research and consulting firm. Welcome to Marketdata's Weight Loss Market Teleseminar. I hope you get a lot of value out of this teleseminar. It's one of many that I'll be doing on a variety of weight loss market topics. We cover more topics about the weight loss market than anyone. And after looking at the PowerPoint presentation that will follow, you're welcome to email me or contact me by phone with any of your questions about any of the material. So why, as Marketdata and myself, why are we experts in the weight loss market? Well, for a variety of reasons. First of all, there is no trade association representing the industry on a national basis. It's really unbelievable that a $60 billion industry that's so huge and so vast and has so many different segments to it doesn't have a trade association. Just about every other business in the country has a trade association representing them, but not the weight loss market. In addition, it doesn't have a magazine or a trade journal regularly covering developments in this market. So we and other market research firms are some of the only sources of objective, unbiased analysis about weight loss companies and the market. Also, Marketdata has tracked this market longer than anyone. We were the first ones to quantify the size of the market in 1989. We've been tracking it every day for 25 years since then. I personally have researched and authored more than 50 market research studies about various segments of the market. 50 in-depth market studies. Plus, we cover all 10 segments of the market, not just a few, not just diet drugs or diet products, but all 10 segments. No other firms do that. We have contacts with former employees that used to work for weight loss companies that now can share information that they couldn't share when they were employed by those companies. We speak to franchisees and former franchise owners. We speak to reporters, writers, Wall Street stock analysts, MDs, physicians, startups, entrepreneurs. This is my passion. This is almost like a hobby to me. It doesn't even feel like work. It's a fascinating, dynamic market filled with entrepreneurs and small companies that are privately owned and lots of innovative entrepreneurs out there with new ideas. So it's never boring. We're unbiased. We don't run a diet program or a diet company ourselves, so we can tell it like it is. We have, we believe, more accurate forecasts than anyone else because we have more sources than anyone else, and we have more historical data going back 15 to 20 years. You can't look at this market just based on a 3 or 5 year trend. History tends to repeat itself. And we've looked at the market through recessions, expansions, bad weather, snowstorms, wars, consumer fads, fad diets, consumer shifting preferences, and much more. So for those reasons, I can confidently say that no other company or analyst in the US or on the planet knows more about the US weight loss market than Marketdata. With that said, let's get started. Welcome to the teleseminar covering the American dieter and demographics and characteristics of the American dieter. Slide number 2 on the PowerPoint, you'll see the numbers. How many dieters are there in the US? Well, according to Marketdata estimates, there are 108 million US dieters. These are people that take some action to lose weight within a year. And this is up from 53 million in the year 2000. So you can see with the obesity crisis and Americans gaining weight, the numbers have just exploded. They've more than doubled since the turn of the century. 66% of the 229 million, roughly, US adults over age 18 are overweight. That translates to 153 million people. 72 million of those 153 million are obese. Approximately 22 million US adults have diabetes. The Calorie Control Council, which is a trade association based in Atlanta that represents low-calorie food and beverage manufacturers, found in their most recent survey in 2010 that 54% of adults were then on a diet. That was a big jump from 24% in the year 2000. The Calorie Control Council does these surveys usually once every 3 or 4 years. So the latest one available is from 2010. Moving on to slide number 4, some dieter characteristics. 83%, the overwhelming majority of US dieters are do-it-yourselfers. The typical dieter makes 4 to 5 dieting attempts per year. So this is a fickle bunch. This is not a loyal bunch that stays with one program for a year in general. Maybe someone who has 100 pounds or more and serious medical conditions that really needs to lose weight, and they're all on the borderline of needing weight loss surgery. That's the kind of person that may stay with a weight loss program for a year, but that's not typical. Most people try a program for a couple of months. They may try it themselves. That doesn't work. They'll join Nutrisystem or Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers. They may lose some weight there, or they may not have success there. Then they'll go on to something else. So 4 to 5 attempts per year. 57% of them, our surveys find, need some type of psychological support. And we'll get into that in another slide. But the emotional and psychological part of weight loss is one of the 3 key areas. Number 1 is food, number 2 is exercise, number 3 is the psychological component. If you're missing any one of those 3 components in a diet program, it's probably not going to be that effective. 65% of all US dieters are female, 35% male. 80% of the commercial chain clients are female, and men are more likely to use do-it-yourself meal replacements such as Slim Fast, nutrition bars, shakes and bars that are sold over the counter in mass market stores or through multi-level marketing distributors or over the internet or mail order. Dieter characteristics by age. Here's the breakdown of dieters in the US, the percentage by age. You can see the key group for most diet companies to focus on is going to be that 35 to 44 year age group. And as you go up in age, of course, the numbers go down all the way up to 75 plus. But the bulk of the dieters are going to be between 25 and 55 years old. Next slide. How about income? Dieters, 13% earn less than $25,000 per year. 14%, 25 to 35,000. 23.5%, 35 to 50,000. Most households, the overwhelming majority, 49%, earn more than 50,000 a year. How about dieter budgets? How much are they willing to spend on a diet program in any given year? Well, no surprise here, since 83% of dieters are do-it-yourselfers, they want to do it on the cheap. 73% don't want to spend more than $250 a year on a diet program. And then you see as they get more expensive, the numbers go down. Next slide, number 8. What are the types of programs that dieters use? Well, 88 million, the overwhelming majority of that 108 million, do it themselves. 9.7 million use commercial chains like Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, Medifast, and Weight Watchers. 6.5 million use meal replacements, such as the nutrition bars and shakes that I mentioned, such as Slim Fast and dozens of other brands. 3.8 million dieters use retail, multi-level marketing, or internet-based diet pills. These are things like metabolism boosters, fat burners, things that usually have caffeine in them, or Garcinia cambogia, green coffee bean extract, and other herbs that are designed to stimulate your metabolism. 2.1 million dieters use a physician's or a dietitian's program, and only 1.6 million use a hospital-based medical program. How about the typical components of a do-it-yourself diet plan? When we say do-it-yourself diet program, what do we mean? Well, these are the people that buy retail meal replacements from retailers, supermarkets, multi-level marketing companies, mail order, or the internet. They may buy a weight loss supplement through a TV infomercial. They may also buy the latest celebrity diet book by Suzanne Summers or Jessica Simpson or Kirstie Alley or whoever has come up with a new way to lose weight, or a book by a diet doctor that has his own twist on things. They design their own exercise program, maybe a walking group in their local neighborhood, or they'll use an exercise DVD. They may use a free or paid weight loss website. Free meaning something like sparkpeople.com, or a subscription-based website like weightwatchers.com. And there are dozens or hundreds of weight loss websites out there providing free information now. Or finally, they may use a free or low-cost weight loss or fitness app for use on their tablet or smartphone, something like MyFitnessPal. And there's a half a dozen other ones besides MyFitnessPal, which have become more popular in the last year or so. So these are the typical ways that a dieter on a do-it-yourself program will try to lose weight. What do dieters respond to? Well, the things that drive demand in this market, one of the most important things is heavy advertising. Advertising on TV, national advertising, definitely drives demand. The quality and the taste of the diet food is also very important, because people are not going to stick with it if it tastes bad. The effectiveness. Does the program work? Am I going to lose weight on this program? Also, it's important in the first few weeks for people to lose significant weight loss, more than 2 pounds. That's why programs like the Atkins diet or South Beach diet, low carb, were so popular around 2003 to 2005, because in the induction phase of the Atkins program, the first few weeks, you tended to lose more weight than the average commercial weight loss program. So that's why, one of the reasons why it was so popular. Dieters also respond to convenience, hours. A lot of women are working and they can't get to a weight loss center until after 5 p.m. or on the weekend. So the hours are an important factor. The price, the affordability is very important. The competency of the counselors, and if they can relate to them, that's important. The use of grocery store food, if possible, That's something that dieters respond to as well, because some of these programs, like Jenny Craig, can cost up to $400 per month for their company diet food. It's pretty expensive. And not everybody has the budget for that, especially in these tough economic times when jobs are scarce and discretionary income is sparse. So it is more affordable if it's based on regular grocery store food. And finally, the customization to their specific needs. That's something that dieters respond to well. Next slide. Here's what we're talking about when we mean psychological support, which in many cases is the missing link in most diet programs. These are the three areas that we and others have identified as being important to successful weight loss. Stimulus control. This is managing eating triggers and portion control. Emotional eating, which entails stress management and binge eating. And finally, social skills, eating out in restaurants, handling saboteurs, which can be your own family, your spouse, your work colleagues, your friends. So these are all the three main components of psychological support that is usually missing in a lot of weight loss programs, but is nevertheless very important. Next slide. Slide number 12. What are some of the things that turn dieters off about a weight loss program? Well, aggressive sales tactics. When you go into a commercial diet center, you don't want to be pressured to join and get into a formal contract and pay a lot of money up front. You have to realize that in commercial programs, a lot of these counselors make most of their salary from commission rather than a base pay. So the more people they get to sign up and the longer they get to sign up, and the more things they get them to buy, like overpriced supplements, that fattens their pocket, but it doesn't do you much good. Another thing that turns dieters off is inadequate advertising. If you don't advertise in this market, your diet company gets lost in the crowd. There's so many diet companies out there advertising now. Commercial programs, retail programs, multi-level marketing programs, doctors, hospitals, now mini clinics in drugstores like CVS and Rite Aid. It's a very crowded market, and you have to advertise to get noticed. Deceptive advertising. This is where the true and total costs of the program are not disclosed. And a perfect example that I'll give you is a company that basically went bankrupt and is still operating, but on a much, much smaller scale, primarily online. At one time, they had something like 800 weight loss centers around the country. LA Weight Loss, you may remember them. What they did in their TV ads was they would say that you could lose all the weight that you wanted for $7 a week. And what they didn't say was that you had to pay for 52 weeks or a year's worth of the program up front. So 7 times 52, that's $350 some odd dollars, $360 that you had to pay up front. They didn't tell you that in the ad. They also didn't tell you that in the ad that you had to buy, in many cases, the company dietary supplements like fat burners and metabolism boosters and things, which came to a couple of $100 more. So by the time you were done thinking that you were going to join this program and you'd join it, you'd do it for a week or 2 or 3, and then you could just pay $7 a week and drop the program and drop out. Not so. You'd have a lot of upfront costs to pay, and the true cost of the total program turned out to be something like $800. Another thing that turns dieters off is the sales reps pushing overpriced dietary supplements. A lot of people just don't like that. And a lot of these supplements don't do anything or very little to help you lose weight. We talk about companies being invisible. The thing that that's tough for dieters to deal with is when it's hard to find the weight loss center, and some of these, well, even Weight Watchers is really invisible in a lot of locations because they have their meetings in community centers and schools and churches and synagogues and work sites. And so there's about 800 leased retail sites around the country, but you won't find very many of them in a typical city. They're really hard to find. So that's another thing that can hurt a diet company. Okay, so that covers pretty much the different types of dieters that you have, the ways that they want to lose weight, and how much money they're willing to spend, and the things that they like and the things that they don't like. Just a reminder of some of the Marketdata reports and who they're used by, and a slide with the contact information from Marketdata and myself. And you can call or email me with any questions you have about this teleseminar. We hope this has been informative for you and that you'll continue to tune in for many of the other weight loss topics that we're going to cover in teleseminars regarding the U.S. weight loss market. Thank you.